Enchanted Isle is the children's playground at the fair. Bizarre toys and wholesome amusements make this a paradise for boys and girls. Belgium Village centers about a typical marketplace in Village Square. On the stone streets, young folk with heavy wooden shoes join in a traditional and time-honored Flemish kiss dance. And here's a bit of old Ireland with beautiful carlines and a jaunty jaunting car. And here's the Tunisian village.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Tunisian village. As you see the name above the doorway, representing Northern Africa, the great Sahara Desert. Here is where you will see genuine Bedouins as they live on the desert. You will see the Arabian tumblers, gun spinners, sword fighters, and the dancing girls of Tunis, featuring Asia, who is conceded by the Bay of Tunis to be the greatest of all dancers. If she's good enough for the Bay of Tunis, she must be good enough for you. Tickets over here, 25 cents. Let's go, everybody.
The spell of the Sahara Desert is brought to Chicago by these nomadic tribesmen, who intersperse their new-learned Western games with feats of skill and strength. Tunisia, like other villages at the fair, peoples an accurate setting with authentic characters. Mexican peons in the sun-baked haciendas transport us beyond the Rio Grande. Here, as in the other villages, folk songs and dances are presented. The land of dikes and windmills, canals and tulips is pictured in the Dutch village. These Hollanders are fond of water, in the proper place. Starched white caps and colorful costumes bespeak a festival day as the village folk portray the life of the Netherlands. Free entertainments jot the streets of the fair. Wings of a Century, a pageant drama, depicts the development of transportation through 100 years of American history. The century of progress is thrilling, with its endless new sights and new sounds. But it takes its toll in energy toward the end of the day. You've heard about hot dogs at the fair. Well, here they are. At night, the century of progress becomes a veritable fairyland of light and color. Billions of candle power light the ground in the sky above. As nightfall clothes the marvels of the day with the enchantment of night, the fair takes on the appearance of a modern Baghdad. On the Ford building alone, more lighting is used than illuminated the entire World's Fair of 1893. In this galaxy of huge structures and advanced ideas, the Ford Exposition stands out in bold relief. The Ford building is nearly 1,000 feet long, the tower as high as a 10-story building. The Ford Exposition covers an 11-acre tract along the shores of Lake Michigan. It is surrounded by landscape gardens, from which the tall white walls of the building rise in striking contrast. It can be seen from almost any point in the fairground. Inside the gigantic rotunda, more than 60 antique vehicles brought from Henry Ford's own priceless collection at Dearborn tell the story of man's conquest for faster and more comfortable travel. An ancient chariot, the ox cart, the covered wagon, and early automobiles of many makes are there. The outer wall bears a series of gigantic photographic murals, 20 feet in height and 600 feet in length, depicting scenes from the Ford Rouge plant in Dearborn. Here are Edsel Ford and Henry Ford, two of the most interested visitors at the Ford Exposition. In the center of the huge open court, a revolving globe map, 20 feet in diameter, shows on its surface the vast extent of the Ford industrial world. Henry Ford's conception of industry includes the basic operations of mine, farm, and forest. Diorama or sculpture pictures depict the basic elements used in the Ford V8. Much of the Ford Exposition is built about the methods of fabricating these basic elements and materials into finished Ford parts. The central theme of the exposition is, out of the earth comes the Ford car. This fact is stressed again and again throughout the exposition. More than 5,000 firms supply material for the building of the Ford V8. 21 of the largest of these have displays in the Ford building. The industrial wing, which houses the exhibits, together with many others prepared by the Ford Motor Company, is larger than 2 football fields laid end to end. The building of speedometers for the Ford V8 is shown. Exacting tests must be passed by each speedometer before it is accepted. Ford speedometers tell the truth. They are born honest.